Hello everybody and welcome. Today we are going to talk about PlayStation Portal. This is going to be a review. I have it now for 3 days and I have melted away with this. I don't even know how the days passed. 20 hours at least I have put into this and it has been fantastic. Never once did I have fatigue, never once did my hands feel sleepy, nothing. And I say all these things because these things happen with the Steam Deck, with the Switch, with the Asus ROG Ally, all those things your hand will get cramps because they are not purely made like controllers. But with this thing here, the way that you grip it, no matter where you are in the bed, sitting like this, whatever you do, I never had even one cramp. I never felt uncomfortable ever holding this. That is the most surprising thing to me. And now I understand why this has become so popular. So before you get this, you don't really get the feeling of holding a controller and still playing. To be fair, I think this overall, the way it looks stupid, but I'm pretty sure you have had shoes or stuff like clothes in your life that may look stupid, but is the comfiest thing in the world. And this is what it is. I cannot describe anything else. This is how this feels. The picture is big, so like the display is 8 inches, so where you have it in distance with your head, this feels fantastic. So like they have really nailed the feeling overall. You don't see your hands, you're not distracted, all your focus is on the screen and you're playing like you used to play with the controller. This is a big thing that you don't really see outside of anything else, because when people making handhelds, they try to make it one unit. You will never see someone try to make this, because this not just not pocketable, but you cannot really put it anywhere. And we have seen it with previous iterations of PlayStation portables that they were never made with this kind of design. But this feels fantastic to hold. You can hold it one-handed, and it looks fantastic. So like when you're moving around rooms, there is not really a problem. You never really feel the weight of it. Another advantage is that the fans, because it doesn't have any fans, it has passive cooling, you never have to worry about that. You never have to worry about such things. So I understand why this appeals a lot to people that have limited time, want to play on bed, want to play near their partner, because that's what I'm doing. And I'm doing it immediately because that's what I was doing with the Steam Deck, with the this and that, and the Switch. And now it's finally time that after my PS5 was collecting dust and I wanted to play Final Fantasy VII and I couldn't, now I am on chapter 13. I have been playing this game a lot on this. A lot. A lot. I have put like now at least 20 hours since I got it, this bad boy. And it feels fantastic. Like after I fixed the problem also today that I wanted to have it on wired connection, perfection. Now, many people will think that, oh, this is not really portable and this and that. But if you really think about it, almost no portable is truly portable. Because when you go outside with the ROG Ally, with the Steam Deck, if it's not the matte screen or matte screen protector, anything you go outside and it doesn't have protection against the sun, nothing. You're gonna see nothing. You cannot see nothing on a Switch. You cannot see nothing on this. You cannot see nothing on the Steam Deck unless you have the matte screen that helps you with the reflection of the sun to your face. And that is really why I think the portability factor is not really the best argument against this, because when you go out at the sun, you will have to have a screen protector that is a matte finish so you won't get reflections anymore. And you can get it for this, and I plan to get it for this one because at the start I thought that this is gonna be the most stupid device I ever bought. I'm very interested in playing remote play, but I never thought that this is gonna be this good. And I don't want to let it go. I don't want to let it go anymore because I have so much fun. The controllers feel snappy, everything feels fine. You don't really have many issues, and it's not anything new. This is a remote play. People have doing it for years. I have been doing it for years, even since I have the PlayStation Vita. But this, I understand why people rave about this. People that can make it work, because that's also the biggest struggle, to make it work. If you don't give up and you make it work, you will be having a lot of fun. You don't have to worry too much about battery. It recharges up really fast. Even if you do it for like 20 minutes, you will get like 1 hour of playtime back. So it's really, really good. Like, I'm having a lot of fun here. Now, I know that they have made some public spots and stuff like that, updates, but I don't really see myself this device as something that I'm gonna go to a coffee shop and I'm gonna get out my PlayStation Portal. I'm not gonna do that. Like, if I go there, at worst, I'm gonna watch a YouTube video. I'm not gonna bring out this thing and be like, all right, time to play a game for 5 minutes. Anyway, that's at least my opinion. Uh, yeah, overall, I see this device for people that are busy, people that have families, people that want to stay close to their partners and play a game, and not a competitive game, right? You're not gonna sweat on this thing. You're not gonna be like, I'm gonna go to Warzone and go 10 KDA or something. Not gonna be like that. But you can play games that are fine, like action games, but not like insane action games. So I have played a lot also Stellar Blade here, and I beat a couple of bosses. It is doable. It is doable for sure. I played like 1 or 2 hours of Stellar Blade. And overall, what I think of this device is I truly wish that they can do something like this for a portable device. But this alone is not a bad thing. It's not hurting anyone that it exists, and maybe it gives a nudge to the executives that, hey, people want a portable, so maybe that will happen as well. But for me, I don't think this is bad at all. The control familiarity when you're playing with remote play, having the vibrations, having the triggers. I say those things, and I was never really appreciating them before. Because when you're playing on console at the time, like on the big screen, everything is together. After 1, 2, 3 months, you forget that this thing is part of a unique experience. But when you're playing remote play on your Steam Deck, there is nothing like this. Let's be real. Like, there is nothing like this. Like, you get a little bit of the vibration, but there is nothing like this thing here. But there is also a lot of caveats, right? Let's talk a little bit about the bad things. First, I think the speakers are unfortunate part of the design. Let's just say that very generously, because they're firing up speakers. You're not going to be very immersed with that. The way that I use it actually is usually with my IEMs. So these little bad boys, it's the Moondrop 2, Moondrop 2, the second model. They're very good. If you hear sound with this thing, you're gonna be surprised that, whoa, this was 20 Australian dollars. I think this is like $10 in US or something. Very good IAMs for the price. And they're small. When you're sleeping, they're not hitting you. So it's perfect fit for this thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I also have this. And this is cool. This is something that I bought for my wife. And it's pretty good kind of design. but I don't really see myself wearing a huge thing just for this device. I would love to use my AirPods, and that I'm pretty sure is the biggest complaint from most people, and that is understandable, right? I would want to use my AirPods too, but there is also the delay. So, yeah, there is some caveats around it, but it is what it is. Now, to wrap it up, do I recommend this thing? I wouldn't really say so unless you know what you're doing. You really need to know what you're gonna expect. So you have to go use your phone, check if it works correctly for you, and then commit to this thing. Because as good as this thing is, and if you really want to make it work, you can do it. But sometimes, if you have ancient equipment, like really old modems, and for me, like really old cables, maybe you have to spend some extra bucks in there. Now, for me, spending some money for the cable, it was not really a big thing. It was like 10 Australian dollars. But to someone to have to switch the whole modem, that can be a big ask. So you're saying like you have to pay $200 and you have to pay also $100 for the modem. Not really gonna be something that most people would wanna do. But if you already have the equipment and the patience to configure it perfectly to your expectations, this is an amazing device. And I think this is gonna be the thing that's gonna be permanently now around me to beat, at least to beat the games that I have on a PS5, right? So currently, I have been trying to play also Valorant, and it plays perfectly fine because the way that Valorant plays, it is a very slow, tactical shooter. You're not running and gunning and trying to get kills that, like, even the little bit matters. But here, the tactical part is bigger part, and of course you have the aim, but you're on console, you don't have to deal with mouse wizards that play Counter-Strike 10 years. So yeah, this is gonna be fine for you. I think Valorant gonna be a big thing on this little bit device because it's totally doable. I have played a couple of matches. I already know that it feels good, and I'm playing now, trying to finish Final Fantasy VII also, Rebirth, and I plan to play more of Jedi Fallen Order and Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. These kind of games are gonna be good for this device. But temper your expectations. You're not gonna go with the Call of Duties outside of the campaign. You're not gonna go crazy with this. But, and not competitive, but for your casual fun, for your winding down, perfect. Perfect. And I'm gonna definitely test it on the Diablo 4 Season 5 when it comes out. So if you guys would wanna see that, subscribe. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you next time.